Good morning, everybody. Today is day 3. The title is Represent. The Bible verse for today is, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whoever would save his life to lose it, for whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. Luke 9:23 through 24. To save our lives, we must lose them. That's a mind bender for sure, but clearly vital to understand. Jesus said it to the disciples after they'd already dropped everything to follow him from town to town. They sacrificed their careers, homes, and relationships for the man they believed was the Messiah. Life as they knew it had turned upside down, but more would be required of them, and Jesus was doubling down. He knew what lay ahead. He knew he was leaving. He knew they would become pillars of the early church, in charge of spreading the truth of salvation to the world, discipling to the masses, and claiming Christ in the face of imprisonment, torture, and death. They would lose their lives on earth, figuratively and literally, for the sake of all they would have to gain in heaven. And they did it well because their testimonies, their personal stories of what Jesus had said and done, were potent demonstrations of his transformative love and power in their lives. They shared the gospel with an unstoppable, contagious, relentless passion that, to be honest, seems kind of rare these days. How come? Well, for starters, they weren't in love with themselves or their own stories. They were branding their Christian narratives for maximum personal benefit, approval, or sympathy. And for clicks or likes. They weren't assigning themselves the hero role or belaboring their before Christ dysfunction with all its juicy, sensationalistic tidbits. When you look at biblical examples, it's amazing how few words are given to their broken past. The almost exclusive focus is on Jesus. Take Mary Magdalene. The fact that she was delivered from 7 demons is a crucial aspect of her testimony, because it shows Jesus' authority and why she responded to him the way that she did. And then that's it. That's all the details we need to know. In other words, her autobiography wouldn't have been titled The Dark Years with 300 pages dedicated to describing the monster within. Fascinating, sure, but powerful and effective and glorifying to the one who rescued her? Not so much. There's a reason we meet Mary subsequent to her healing, because that's where the real story is. There are a few things that we know about her. 1, she followed Jesus and financially supported his ministry until his crucifixion, which means she gave everything that she had to follow him. 2, she endured the crucifixion and stayed close to Jesus while he suffered and died. And 3, as mentioned yesterday and delivered, she was the first person he appeared to after he rose from the dead. And she was the one he sent to tell the disciples the universe-altering news. All because the old was gone and dead, and Jesus had given her new life. Which means that even if you've been a believer for all of 10 minutes, those minutes are entirely more relevant than the 20, 40, or 80 years of darkness prior to your conversion. Reason being, we're called to represent Jesus and to die to the lives that he saved us from. When we do that, and when he stays the hero of the story, our words and lives become real-time, potent demonstrations of his transformative love and power. Prayer focus today. Thank God for how he transformed you, and repent of any times that you've represented Jesus poorly and ask him to be part of how you tell your story. Moving forward questions. Do you find it difficult to share your testimony? Why or why not? Be real. Who or what do your words most represent? And moving forward, what can you say that focuses more on the after Christ portion of your testimony than the before Christ? That's all that I have for today. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll be back on here tomorrow.